Alright, this is it. Welcome back to Davu Retro Gaming, and we've officially reached the game is done explaining itself portion of Sonic Adventure 2. Gravity is fake, friendships are optional, rivalries are mandatory. Let's go.
Story select.
I'm Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog. Our plan was perfect. Until Eggman snatched Amy. Eggman said he'll trade us Amy for the Emerald. I have to think about that one. There's no time for jokes. Eggman's ready to fire that weapon again. Tails, Amy, hold on, I'm coming.
Crazy Gadget. The level where the developers said, what if Sonic, but Vertigo? Vertigo? Lore-wise, this is deep inside the Ark. Gerald Robotnik's playground of bad ideas. Artificial, gravity chambers, rotating corridors, laser traps. This place was designed by someone who thought motion sickness was a personality trait. Gameplay-wise, this is pure chaos. Gravity flips constantly, camera angles lie too, and every jump is a trust fall of the universe. Sonic, meanwhile, is thriving. He does not care that physics are collapsing. He runs, he jumps, and he commits to the bit. This level doesn't want you to be careful, it wants confidence. Hesitation gets you launched into space. Commitment gets you through. Also imagine being a scientist on the Ark and explaining to Ark HR why the hallways rotate. I didn't really enjoy this level, but I did do pretty okay in terms of ranking, so I guess it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it's one of those last levels where you think, okay, how do you make the Sonic level harder and make it harder for Sonic? Well, you take away his, not physics, but gravity, by making gravity flip all over and over the place. So basically there's more challenge and more nuance. I mean, I guess I enjoyed the level, but it's like, it's an okay level. It's just not maybe good, I suppose. And I think I'm not alone on that. I think a lot of people feel that way towards this level in general. And yeah. So, basically, right, there is a shield right there, and then you can go back, which I like. You know, there's some exploration in these adventure games, which I think some of the later games are lacking. But you know, Shadow Generations does have exploration. Maybe not exploration, but kind of like, since it doesn't have power-ups, but it does have basically alternative paths. Now sadly I kind of fell off the main path here and took some damage. But yeah. That's because I didn't know you could just hit the head immediately and then through that make everything else explode, or however you want to put it. But yeah. Anyway, you see that enemy as well in Shadow Generations. And also you see creatures that look like that in Sonic Frontiers, which I assume are the same creatures or similar kind of creatures. And they're from outer space or whatever. So that's interesting. But anyway, in this game, all they are replicas of Chaos Zero, in essence. Just a different form, I suppose, of Chaos Zero. And yeah. Anyway, this level is kind of, I don't know, kind of on the lengthy side, kind of not. Now I call that BS, that I took damage from that one. Now I have 0 rings, which is quite nerve-wracking. But I managed to pull through. Now it took me a few seconds to figure out that I had to do some backtracking. But I figured it out eventually because I thought it goes without saying that you kind of have to go back, because these crates aren't breakable at Sonic's current ability state. The game, aesthetically speaking, looks very cool. It's kind of green, like it's not Green Hill Zone green, but it's green. in kind of a mutating way, I suppose. So kind of dark green mixed in with some bright green, but it all looks like a form of mutation, I suppose. And I think that was intentional because this is final level for Sonic at least. So yeah, it looks kind of rad, I suppose. Anyway, now I finally got the abilities to move forward or move on. Now this is why having the same button on for everything, like pressing the switch or whatever, and all the other moves is so annoying, because you kind of just roll past the switch, because that's gonna inevitably happen at times. Yeah, when you have everything on the same damn button. Now Sonic Adventure 1 didn't have that kind of a problem. Now it had other problems for sure, but it didn't have the everything is on the same button kind of problem. Yeah, so I'm not like saying Sonic Adventure 1 is perfect, but yeah. Now, I do wonder if you could classify one of your all-time favorite video games as your favorite, if you don't play it that often. I mean, if you play it often, you could easily say, and you know, you never get sick of it as well, then it's one of your favorite video games. But if that's not the case, you know, if you aren't playing the game over and over and over again, could it really be your favorite video game, considering the fact that you are avoiding it? As in, you get tired of it, and is it then really your favorite video game? Is it not just you know, kind of video game you enjoy scenario? Now that's a valid question, I think, that is worth asking and thinking about. I do have a Sonic Adventure statue, Sonic doing that pose, and I really enjoy the statue. Now, maybe it could be said that, you know, when you have a girlfriend or whatever, it's gonna look weird having these things around, but it's a statue, it's not a toy, per se. I don't know why, well, my sister called it a figure, but you know, it's not really a figure, it's more of a statue, and it kind of cost a lot of money, you know, and otherwise that would have been expensive figure. Well, in any case, I really think someone should mod Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, because that game deserves more love. We already have improved Sonic 06, so why not do the same for Sonic Boom? Now the thing is, maybe that would be more for the ground up, but I would argue Sonic P06 is kind of an improvement from the ground up, because the controls and the gameplay kind of works differently than the original. I haven't played it yet, but from what I can see gameplay-wise from footage, it does seem like a very different game compared to something like Sonic 06 Soliana Project or whatever it's called, which plays more like the original. In that instance, you could say, oh, this is not Sonic 06 from the ground up that's improved or whatever. It's actually, you know. Now the level is almost, or it is close to the end, but it still throws some tricky hazards or platforming obstacles in your way, and difficult enemy placements, I suppose. But yeah, you kind of do that towards the end of this game in general, when a level is about to end, or at least especially this level, because it's the final level of Sonic. We do it here, at least. But I think this is where the level ends, around this point. Yeah, it is. Anyway, that was Crazy Gadget.
Yes! Just made it.
Let's take care of business first, shall we, Sonic? Hand over the Chaos Emerald, slowly, and then we'll talk about your girlfriend. That is, if you really care for her.
Handing over the fake emerald? I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone!
Put the emerald down right there and back off.
You've turned into a big-time villain, Doctor!
Whoa! You thought you could trick me with that fake emerald, didn't you?
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails!
Because you just told me, Fox Boy. Now, for a little space ride. The capsule clears the colony, bam!
I'm counting on you, Tails. And Amy, take care of yourself.
Farewell, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic! It has the same wavelength and properties, but is less powerful than the real one.
The same wavelength and properties. But can I do this?
Farewell, Sonic, my admirable adversary. Now we have some unfinished business to take care of. If you give me the real emerald, I will release you both. You have my promise.
Sonic!
Huh?
Sonic's asked me for the first time to do something for him. I won't let him down. I won't give up.
You're no match for me, you weak little fox.
Tails versus Eggman. Again, because Eggman refuses to accept that a child is smarter than him, lore-wise, this fight matters even more now. Eggman is operating on Gerald's legacy, revenge, superiority, control. Tails is fighting for his friends, his world, and honestly, his sanity. Gameplay-wise, this is tense. Eggman hits harder, Tails is faster but fragile. One mistake and Eggman absolutely capitalizes. This is not a flashy fight, it's strategic, calm, focused. The subtext, Eggman is losing control of the narrative, and he hates that.
I feel some strange energy. Hey, Sonic!
Whoa, I wasn't sure if I could pull that one off. Somehow I managed to use the chaos control.
Chaos control? Are you okay?
I'm worried about Tails and Amy. I hate to ask, but could you help them? This is our last chance. I've got it. Before the cannon fires, I'll slam dunk it in there.
Final Rush. One of the best Sonic levels ever made, no debate. Lore-wise, this is Sonic at the heart of the arc, crisis, everything on the line, and instead of slowing down, the game says, go faster. Gameplay-wise, rail grinding, perfection, momentum, timing, confidence. When you mess up, it's your fault. When you nail it, you feel unstoppable. This stage is Sonic's philosophy in playable form. Forward motion solves problems. No overthinking, no doubt, just go. And yes, the music is carrying, but that's allowed. Well, this level is better than Shadows, because Shadows has some BS enemy placements. Basically just throwing enemies that are invisible for the eye, and then they kind of push you out of the edge, and make you hit your death, or hit the bottomless pit or whatever. Like, that's so stupid. So yeah, this is better than Shadow's level by a mile. I mean, Shadow's level isn't bad, it's just annoying because of the really bad enemy placements. Really awful enemy placements. But I didn't have that same issue or problem in Sonic's version of this level anyway. You know, different names, but same levels. Kind of like in Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces took inspiration from that. I don't mind that. Some people would complain, but I don't think that's a problem. I mean, Shadow's gimmick in this level is different, so it kind of is a different level. So it kind of warrants a different name. But maybe that's just me. Whereas in Sonic Forces, there aren't that many different, differences between a level that is shared. Like Park Avenue is not that different from Sunset Heights, other than you're playing as the avatar, so of course it's going to play differently, but that doesn't warrant a different name. Like there's the different gimmick, it's not like there's, well, I mean, you do grappling, I guess, but that's kind of because you're playing a different gameplay style, so I don't know if that really counts as warranting a different name. Yeah, Sonic Forces, it's not just missed potential, but it's just, it's kind of a game where you go, yeah, they barely tried to go all in on an idea or a concept. They kind of just let it be as it is, and they didn't even bother going a little further out to an extent, you know. Sonic Adventure 2 is a decent game. Sonic Forces is slightly below that. It's a meh game. It could have at the very least be like Sonic Adventure 2, and it could have had a gameplay style that would have warranted a longer game. You know, the main problem with Sonic Forces was the length. It was too short. It used the same gameplay formula or principle as Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where you share level, different characters. They play similarly, but you share the same levels. So, yeah. It's kind of like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but that's kind of, I don't know. Could have done more. It's a worse example of that category. You know, the category wasn't the problem to begin with. It was the execution that was the debate, I suppose, or part of the discourse of it's handled well, yes or no, you know, that kind of a thing. And I suppose there are, yeah, you know, Sonic Forces might be a game you have to make from the ground up. Sonic Boom Isophlyric's main issue or problem, I don't understand, like, okay, you had to have the Nintendo deal, so you had to release a Sonic game to Nintendo, but couldn't it have been Sonic 4 Episode 3? Did it have to be Sonic Boom? Because you really just did Sonic Boom dirty, didn't you? Like, story, everything is just done dirty because it fit into the Wii U's hardware. That's just, why not just do Sonic 4 Episode 3? Or just do a 2D Sonic game. It doesn't have to be Sonic 4. It could be anything else. Did it have to be a 3D Sonic game? Spin-off or not? Did it have to be... Like, Sonic 4 would have made more sense. It's kind of a mainline game. Even though it's a spin-off in terms of being 2D. But it's still a main game in a way. At least more compared to Sonic freaking Boom Rise of Lyric, which has different designs, different world, different universe, everything. Whatever, I digress. Maybe I'm complaining too much about a what-if scenario. Maybe in an alternative universe, Sonic Boom was a massive success. The games, not just a TV show. But we don't live in that reality. And same to Sonic Forces, I suppose. But at least now we have Shadow Generations. Maybe I'm glad over the fact, in a way, that they haven't tried to remake Sonic Forces. They just kind of let it be and just moved on to other projects instead, like Sonic Frontiers and stuff, which has more potential improvements in a way. At least in its current state, you don't have to make it from the ground up.
Huh, no problem.
You never cease to surprise me, Blue Hedgehog. I thought that capsule you were in exploded in space.
You know, what can I say? I die hard. You actually saved me, you know.
It was a Chaos Emerald, wasn't it? But there's no way you could have activated the Chaos Control using an emerald that's fake. So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you, anyway?
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
I see. But you know, I can't let you live. Your adventuring days are coming to an end. Power of chaos
Be
control!
aware of your surroundings while trying to avoid him.
Sonic vs. Shadow, again. Lore-wise, this is no longer a misunderstanding. Shadow knows who he is, or at least who he thinks he is. Sonic stands in direct opposition to that worldview. Gameplay-wise, this fight is faster, meaner, and more desperate. Shadow isn't testing Sonic anymore, he's trying to end this. But Sonic doesn't fight out of anger, he fights because he believes Shadow can choose something else. And that difference, that's why Sonic keeps winning. There's more effort in these battles, I'll give it that, compared to Sonic Adventure 1. These character battles. But that doesn't mean I enjoy them, because they feel finicky and also repetitive. And I don't know how to end them faster. Maybe that's a skill issue, but you know, it's my opinion, so whatever. Anyway, this is gonna drag out for a while because I'm not so good at these bosses or whatever you want to call them. Character bosses, I don't know. Character battles, I guess, I don't know what to call them. I mean, Sonic 06 had this as well, which is one of the main reasons that Clement considers that Sonic Adventure 3. But I'd rather not think about that and such. Because I really didn't enjoy Sonic 06 at all. Now lately it's been more popular, trendy to say that Sonic 06 is a good game or whatever, from the Gen Z's perspective. But that's a you problem. If you unironically think Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is worse than Sonic 06, then the OG Sonic 06, then you gotta have some kind of mental illness, or you are purely retarded, and you're worth making fun of. And I stand by that, because Sonic Boom is so much better than Sonic 06. And I do mean Rise of Lyric. And people who say otherwise are dumb. Anyway, this level really, or this boss, or whatever, really drags out. Like, you could say that Sonic Boom had less of an excuse to be terrible because it wasn't an anniversary game, didn't have deadline. But by that logic, you might as well say Sonic 06 should have been good because it was an anniversary title, and so on and so on, especially for a casual audience perspective, and those are valid. So Sonic 06 had less of an excuse not to have those flaws compared to Sonic Boom. So yeah, I think we're even now when I explain it like that. I really don't get the hate behind Sonic Boom at all, as you can already tell. It doesn't make sense. And I think people should just... Well, it is a forgettable game to begin with. Whereas Sonic 06 is less difficult to forget. Or more difficult to forget. That's what I meant to say. Because it has unique gimmicks or gameplay styles or mechanics or whatever that make it memorable for all the wrong reasons. Because that game is just suffering, and I never want to replay Sonic 06. Like, even for a Let's Play, I wouldn't. That's just painful. But anyway, I hope this, this boss is so good to me. I played a bit of Animal Crossing and Bruce is leaving the island. I just kind of figured, oh well, let's just let it be, whatever, he can leave. There isn't much to him anyway. I mean, he's kind of old and grumpy, I guess. I guess that's the appeal behind him. So yeah, whatever. If he has to leave, then he has to leave, I guess.
This is the ultimate.
After this video, or the commentary, this video is finished, I'm gonna do my Rayman video. Rayman's, you know, missed potential or missed opportunity kind of thing, whatever it's gonna be called, something along those lines. Yeah, I'm gonna make that video immediately after I have... Yeah, finally it's over. Thank God.
Sonic, I did it!
Awesome job, Tails!
Sonic!
Look outside!
Ooh! you done to Sonic? I'll never forgive you for this.
Get ready to walk out.
And now, Eggman versus Tails. Again, because learning is optional. Lore-wise, this is Eggman spiraling, his plans are unraveling, Shadow slipping away from his control, and now Tails is directly in his path again. Gameplay-wise, Eggman hits like a truck, but he's predictable. Tails stays mobile, reactive, and smarter with positioning. This fight isn't about power, it's about adaptability. And Eggman, he's never been good at adapting, just escalating.
I guess he was just a regular hedgehog after all.
Legend has it, when all 7 Chaos Emeralds are collected, the power creates a miracle. I have 6 of them. They're mine. All mine.
I don't think so.
Shadow.
So that was your plan from the very beginning, huh? Or was it a direct order from the president? Now I know who you are. You're that government spy, Rouge the Bat, aren't you?
So you did your homework, is that it? I would say that's an invasion of privacy.
I could say the same thing about you.
It looks like things aren't quite going your way. But since my job was done, I thought it was time to take what's mine and get out of this place.
You are one pathetic creature.
Look who's talking. What about you? Here are the results of the research project called the Ultimate Life Form. But if this picture is of the real ultimate life form named Shadow, then exactly who or what is standing in front of me?
This is Dr. Eggman. I have found all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Shadow, someone is trying to get to the Eclipse cannon. There's not much time left before the cannon fires again. Can you get over there?
If you want to live, leave the Chaos Emeralds where they are. The fake emerald is good enough for you.
Do you actually believe that you're the real Shadow?
No doubt.
Even your memories might not be real, you know?
Even if my memories are not real, it's still me, Shadow. And I will fulfill my promise to Maria. That's the only thing that matters to me now.
Final Chase. Shadow's mirror to Final Rush. Lore-wise, this is Shadow at his breaking point. The Arc, Gerald, Maria, Revenge, Identity, all of it colliding at once. Gameplay-wise, this stage is brutal. Falling rails, tighter timing, zero forgiveness. The level doesn't care about you, just like the world Shadow believes in. But here's the thing. When you play this stage well, Shadow doesn't feel reckless, he feels focused. This is Shadow choosing to move forward, not because he's told to, but because he needs answers. I kind of feel, maybe not nostalgic, okay, I guess nostalgic. Not my first, well, it was my second Let's Play, technically, because my first one was Sonic R. But, yeah, unfortunately I died here. So, anyway, my first, I guess you could say, proper Let's Play of the game that actually at least an hour long was Spider-Man movie game. You know, it's the one with Tobey Maguire. And it has more villains than in the movie. It has Vulture, it has Shocker. And in the Xbox version it has Kraven. But, I guess I shouldn't advertise Xbox in general because their support of a genocide or whatever. It's not whatever, it's actually fact. So that's why I'm guessing we won't have another Xbox, which you know serves them right, basically. But anyway, I don't understand why YouTube channels have this thing where they give memberships to people. I don't know if I would ever want that for my channel. It kind of sets up a hierarchy. And since I'm progressive, I don't really like hierarchies that much. You know, conservative YouTubers really like having those memberships hierarchies. But maybe that's just because the left-wing YouTubers I've watched, at least, I haven't seen that from them. You know, I just haven't seen enough so that I could have seen that from them. I guess the D program is one which has a hierarchy or whatever. Oops. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would consider them whenever I talk about them, someone says ew if I'm listening to them. So I'm taking it as, you know, they're not well, they're better than Vosh. Vosh is way worse, but I don't know if that's a comparison worth making. And it's kind of insulting, perhaps, to be compared to Vosh, you know? Yeah. This gimmick is really scary because it feels like you can fall off and die instantly in this level. Shadow. It was handled better in Shadow Generations, or it was in 2D, so maybe it's the same, but whatever, you know. But in any case, you know, this level, this level is the final level for Shadow, for sure. You know, it's the level to conclude Team Dark. And then it's in the next part, we will see, hopefully, the final part. If I'm able to edit it through to do that. Even if it goes past 1 hour, you know, I would probably make that final part. Yeah, it's very likely that I will make it final part. The Bio-Lizard is very difficult. I wouldn't say it's enjoyable, but it's very difficult boss fight. Probably the hardest boss fight in this entire game. You know, with Shadow. Not with Super Shadow or Super Sonic, just Shadow. The regular Shadow. I understand why Lego, you know, it's not delisting, I don't know what the word is for Lego, when they, like, stop producing something. But they stop production of Bio-Lizard, Super Sonic, Super Shadow. That's so bizarre, because this is like the only merchandise where you can get a figure out of the Bio-Lizard at all. And this is where this stupid enemy killed me out of nowhere. So stupid. Like, god damn it. But anyway. Yeah, it's weird that Bio-Lizard is like, Lego Bio-Lizard is no longer in production or whatever. And it's being put off shelves. It's a really good Lego set. Probably one of my favorite ones. With the best minifigures and so on and so on. So I don't understand. And then Tails Adventure Book. Are we even gonna make like another orange sphere for the Lego minifigure Tails? Or are we just gonna have that be a one-time thing and just, you know, stop production of the one set that had that orange sphere beginning for Tails? Because that's stupid, if that's the case. You really should have thought that through. But I'm being hopeful, at least, that Lego... I'm sorry about the background noise, that's my schedule, Google Calendar, if you heard that. Anyway, Rouge de Bat will have a new, or whatever, minifigure, well, you know, the same minifigure as before from the Knuckles Guardian toy set. Well, so basically we'll just re-release it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And, yeah, I'm hopeful towards that. But otherwise, I don't know, I guess I am hopeful that at least next year there will be 5 sets, Lego sets. But that's maybe me being too hopeful. So I should have less expectations. I do wonder if they're going to do more cars, because they've done a lot of mechs, and I think that's enough mechs for Lego Sonic sets for a long while, basically. So now they're maybe going to do cars instead, make that the focus. I mean, that's a strong possibility, and I wouldn't mind that, but it's, yeah. Anyway, the level's over.
Here we go. I guess I'm not at full power here. You never cease to surprise me, Blue Hedgehog. I thought that capsule you were in exploded in space.
You know, what can I say? I die hard.
So, there's more to you than just looking like me. What are you, anyway?
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
I see. But you know, I can't let you live. Your adventuring days are coming to an end.
All right, Shadow. Time for me to finish this.
And here it is, Shadow versus Sonic. The last one. Lore-wise, this is everything. Shadow finally confronting the one constant in his story. The person who refuses to give up, refuses to hate, refuses to break. Gameplay-wise, it's raw, no gimmicks, no excuses. Speed versus speed, resolve versus resolve. Shadow isn't fighting Sonic because he hates him. He's fighting Sonic because Sonic represents the future Shadow doesn't believe he deserves. And when it ends, you can feel it. Something changes. Now, this is the conclusive part of Let's Play. And it's gonna drag out for some time. Not that much time, thankfully, but still a while, you know, 2 minutes.
I'll use your chaos control.
It would have made more sense if Sonic said Chaos Spear. I guess that's a Sonic Battle thing, if I'm remembering it, or misremembering it, or whatever.
I'll use your chaos
I haven't played Sonic Battle, or maybe I have from emulator. That really counts because it was laggy as hell. And finding an emulator that you can run on your PC for, I guess, a Game Boy Advance game, it's kind of tricky to find. So that's a problem. But in any case, I really hope I can figure that out at some point. My intention is to play it. I don't know if I'm going to review it or talk about it and make a video about it. I don't think that's very likely. Now I wonder if I would lose a lot of subscribers if I only did 2 Sonic videos per year, as opposed to more. I kind of have the hope that that's what I'm going to be doing. That Sonic is something I can talk about for more years to come, without me repeating the same talking point over and over again in a new video about the same games or whatever. So yeah. But anyway, this I just really hate it when the other character, the AI or whatever hits you like that. It's like, damn, that's so mean. I'm just trying to damage him, I don't want to make it hit me, you know? That's totally not my intentions whatsoever. So yeah, I don't know, I guess this is a low point for me about the game.
I'll use your chaos control.
But I think some of Knuckles' levels are worse than this. So Yeah. Anyway, it's finally
I
over.
told you, I'm the ultimate.
This completes my plan to take over the world. Now begins the glorious era of the Empire of Eggman.
And that's the end of this section of Davu Retro Gaming Sonic Adventure 2 Let's Play. Gravity collapsed, rivalries peaked, and the game quietly asked a very dangerous question: what if you didn't have to be what someone made you? Next time, everything comes together. If you're enjoying the LP, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you for the final. Later.
Darkness that dozes in the dusk, throw it all